So we have Lisa Holtan with us today. Lisa's been a lifetime member. She's been a lifetime resident of Prescott. Lives right around the corner from me. She has been in the health and fitness industry for 15 years. She's a certified personal trainer, group exercise instructor, as well as a certified nutrition coach. Lisa has helped coach hundreds of people one-on-one to learn how to live a healthier life. She has a passion for helping people reach their goals and learn how to live a healthier life while still having fun. And I can attest to that. I've been a member of Bodyworks, her business, for almost, 3 years, I think, already. She's been in business here for 4.5 years. So welcome, Lisa. Excited to hear about it.
Thank you for having me. So yeah, my name is Lisa. I'm the owner of Bodyworks. We have been in business for 4.5 years now. So if you don't know where we're located, we are in the same building with Prescott Chiropractic, so right across Highway 29 from the tax is where we're located. And we started out just in the one space with just classes, and then we added on to include a full gym, studio, and then group training. So we do a lot of different things at Bodyworks because fitness is just one piece of being healthy or trying to lose weight. It encompasses everything with mind, nutrition, and exercise as well, which is why we've started offering about 2 years ago nutrition coaching, because I realized that people can only get so far when they exercise, because you do need to change eating habits and mindset habits and other things as well around food and nutrition if you're wanting to lose weight or just be healthy in general. And everyone's goal is different, which is why we do nutrition coaching one-on-one at Bodyworks, because not everyone is the same. Like some people, are maybe athletes, and so they're looking to gain muscle, and some people are, in menopause and they have to do something completely different. And then there's other people who are rehabbing, or someone just wants to be healthy. Maybe they don't even want to lose weight. And so it's so personalized and different for everybody. So that's a big thing that we've been working on the last 2 years at Bodyworks. So I'll just kind of run through. We do this thing at the gym called How to Change Your Body from the Inside Out. Because there's a lot of different things that go into losing weight and being healthy. Like I said, not just like running on the treadmill. So I'll kind of just talk about these 5 points here. So sleep is crucial to being healthy, and the number one thing if you're trying to lose weight. So you want to try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. And I know sometimes that can be hard and we feel like we have a lot of stuff going on, and typically the number one thing we get rid of when we feel busy is sleep. And that's the number one thing you should be keeping. So a couple of tips is just like we tell our kids, no electronics before bed. So that means put your phone down, put your iPad down, don't go to sleep with the TV on. I know it sounds like great white noise, but you can just buy like a white noise machine or put a fan on to help with that. A couple other things that seem to really help adults, especially females, is to drink warm tea at night. Because having like a warm beverage at night signals your body that it's time to slow down, and we're cooling down, especially if it's at night. And you can get flavored teas that can help with this, like sleepy time tea. There's some great lavender teas out there, so trying some different teas might help as well.
So when you say no electronics before bed, what do you mean, with an hour?
They say like 30 to 60 minutes before you go to bed. Yep. They even say like reading on an iPad or Kindle, you shouldn't do, you should actually like read a physical book. So kind of going back to the old days, right, of like going to the library and getting a book and reading that. Some other things would be like using lavender oil or some sort of essential oils that can help you as well. All right, so number 2 is stress. I feel like people are under a lot more stress these days than maybe they were in the past, whether we're taking on more activities or whether we're just not releasing that stress. So when you're holding on to stress, your cortisol level goes up. Cortisol is a fat storing hormone. So if you have high stress levels, your belly fat will stay. So that's why like women in menopause tend to gain weight in their stomach, because their cortisol level is going up because your hormones are changing. And you're losing estrogen, which is a fat-burning hormone. So you kind of have 2 things working against you at the same time, which is why they kind of need a totally different nutrition thing than everybody else does. But stress needs to reduce if you're going to lose weight, or even to be healthy and just feel really good. So a couple tips with stress is deep breathing. So doing some deep breathing techniques, deep breathing exercises anytime you feel stressed. Exercise is actually a great stress reliever, And you don't even have to do it for 30 minutes. Just doing something for 10 minutes every day can really help you to relieve that stress and really feel like you're in a much better place. And then doing self-care. So self-care is different for everybody. For example, for me, I really like to read. So I try to read 30 minutes a day, and that just signals to me like I'm taking the time to do something for myself that I enjoy. For you, it might be walking in nature, or it might be being with your family. It might be watching a funny TV show. So trying to do something every day that you enjoy can help lower your stress. And then nutrition is very important from changing your body, from losing weight, or just to be healthy. So a couple things you want to include in your diet is protein and produce. So protein would be like from animal sources, fish. You can also get it from tofu and soy products. And then you want to include produce, so fruits and veggies. So really increase your fruits and veggies that you're eating. The government recommends 5 to 7 servings. Most people don't even get 5. So maybe try and track and see how many servings you're getting, and just try to include maybe 1 extra serving per day of fruit or veggies into your diet. And then limiting starchy carbs. So a starchy carbohydrate would be something like corn, potatoes, bread, pasta, things like that. Those are all fine for you to eat, but just it's not fine to eat maybe at every meal. Especially if you're trying to lose weight, you do want to watch how many starchy carbs you're eating. So they're not bad. No food is bad to have. Food is fuel for your body, you want to think of it as. But you also want to know, how do you want to feel? If you want to feel your best, you're probably not going to eat like bread and noodles and pasta every single day. You do need to include, like I said, the fruits and veggies and the protein in there.
And can I just interject that carbs are my big downfall too, which how many of us, but even just knowing like grapes and bananas, we think, oh, that's more fruits, but they're not the best fruits to choose, right?
Yeah, so grapes and bananas are super high in sugar, which means they're super high in starchy carbs. So they're fine to eat, but if you are trying to lose weight, or if you are a female in menopause, those are probably not your best options for you. Things that are lower in sugar, so lower in carb fruits, like berries, citrus, would be a better option for you. Or just limiting how much you're eating. So instead of a whole banana, maybe eat half a banana. Or instead of a cup of grapes, you could eat half a cup of grapes. So just being knowledgeable about that. All right, then exercise. So the big thing about exercise that most people don't know is every 5 to 10 years, you do have to switch up your routine. Now when I say routine, I mean like if you're in high school working out, when you're 25, you're not going to be doing the same thing you did when you were 16, because your body is different and you're just not at that level. Same for when you're pregnant. You're not going to do the same workout you did when you were not pregnant. When you're in menopause, it's totally different from when you weren't in menopause. So every 5 to 10 years, you do need to change up what you're doing, and you do need to realize how your body is working and what you're trying to do in your life. So an example is if you're a very active person, say you're like a landscaper, and you want to go to the gym, your exercises would be different than someone who's sedentary and sits at a computer all day. And maybe their goal is just to be healthy, where the landscaper's goal is going to be maybe to get stronger because they're lifting, a lot of trees and shrubs and digging things and stuff like that. So realizing where you are in your life and what your goals are, and then doing the exercises to get you to that goal. You want to focus more on strength training and less on cardio. So that's especially for the females out there. A lot of females love like going on the elliptical and running on the treadmill and walking outside. Great for heart health, but it does nothing for you for anything else. So you really want to get in there and start lifting the weights. And I know that can be scary for some females, because generally in the past, females have shied away from strength training. And that's where like a personal trainer or taking a class at a studio can help you feel more comfortable with those weights, so you know what to do, what weight to lift, and how to do it so you don't get injured. And then yoga is huge for everybody. I really do think everyone should be doing yoga, and that helps with the core and the balance component of it. So yoga is fantastic for everyone across the board, no matter your age, no matter your gender, where you're at in your life. It will help you with balance, which you lose as you get older, and it will help you with the core strength, which is what you need to power any movement that you have. So I'm really gonna plug, like, everyone should be taking yoga like 1 day a week, I think. So, and if you wanna read a little study I did, I made myself go to yoga, because I did not like yoga. I really thought it was the worst thing ever. Rick, right? I thought it was the worst thing ever. And I was like, you have to like lay here, and what is this even doing? That's what I thought. So I made myself go to yoga 1 day a week for a whole year. So I couldn't miss. I had to do 1 day a week for a whole year. And I tracked like my progress and my mindset, what I thought about it, how did anything change, and I wrote a whole blog post on it. And it was amazing how mentally my mindset changed around yoga and how I feel about exercise. Because a lot of people, if you're someone like me, like you're an active person, you feel like you have to like sweat all the time in order to get your workout in, or you feel like you have to be like hurting for 2 days, and that's not the case. And my core and my upper body, way stronger after doing 1 day a week of yoga for a year than any other time. So it is truly amazing how yoga can change you, and it doesn't always have to be like you're pushing as hard as possible. Sometimes those more slower movements is what will help create that muscle and that resistance that your body needs as well.
You still can sweat and hurt though.
Yes. Especially when I turn the heat up because I'm cold. And poor Rick is running into the heat then. Sorry, Rick. It was very cold yesterday. All right, so then supplements is the last one. At BodyWorks, we do talk about supplements with our clients. I do feel that everyone does need a multivitamin, at least, just because I do feel like people don't get enough nutrients from the food that they eat, whether it's because you're eating food that's not nutrient dense, or whether it's just because you're not getting all those fruits and veggies that your body needs. So we do talk about supplements, what ones we like, what ones we don't, what kind of works for you, where you're at in your life at BodyWorks. And so, yeah, that is kind of how you can change the body from the inside out. I did bring some brochures and class schedules if anyone is interested in taking those. And with the business cards, if you're interested in a free class at the gym, you can redeem that business card for a free class as well. So we offer everything from, like I said, yoga to HIIT to cycling. There's about 20 a week you can pick from. So we offer a lot at all different times. So does anyone have any questions?
You can go in just a little more in depth on the classes that you have. So you can
Sure.
hear what you
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah, so some examples that we have. So example, like we have HIIT, which is high intensity interval training. And that class is for everybody, so anyone can take that class. We modified it for beginners, but basically what it is, it's a combination of cardio, so body weight cardio, for example, mountain climbers, burpees, running in place, things like that, paired with strength training. So you would use weights or the TRX we use, and we would do things like large muscle groups like squats, push-ups, bicep curls, things of those nature. So that's a HIIT class, that's 45 minutes. Most of our classes are 45 minutes. The yoga that we offer is a yoga flow. So it's a constant kind of flowing that we're doing. We don't tend to hold poses or stay in one pose for too long. So it kind of is nice, it gets your heart rate up and brings it back down. And we do a lot of balance work in the yoga flow classes. We also offer yoga sculpt for those of you that aren't sure if you can handle a yoga class yet. That's how I got started with yoga, because yoga sculpt includes cardio and strength training as well as yoga moves. So it's great for like athletes or for people who are just not in maybe the mindset of taking like a slow quote unquote yoga class. Okay. Cycling is just sitting on a stationary bike and someone yelling at you. Just kidding, we don't yell. We just tell you to push harder. So that's cycling. What else do we have? We offer group training, which is done with a personal trainer and a small group of people. And then we do more strength-based classes. So Sculpt Express and TRX kettlebells is all strength classes where you're using those equipments and your own body weight in order to build muscle. So any other questions?
So nutrition, you say you sit down with somebody and individually, how does that work?
Yeah, so when we do nutrition coaching, it is one-on-one, and so you're paired with a nutrition coach. And we first go over all of your goals. So the first one is free. We do a free session just to talk about goal setting, what you're wanting to do. And then we kind of tell you, like, this is kind of the plan that we would put you on, so to speak. It is macro-based, meaning we macro out your protein, carbs, and fat and tell you how many grams you should be eating per day and then per week, per meal. And then we kind of decide if it's the right fit for you. You do meet with us weekly for accountability purposes, but then also every week we talk about something different. So we teach you how to read labels. We'll talk about stress eating, emotional eating. We'll talk about changing habits. So every week is a different lesson, so to speak.
Do you still do the meals at the tax?
Yes, we still do those.
Where are they at in there?
You have to request them, so you have to call the store
Okay, so they don't have any pre-made where you can just go in there and get them?
No, you pick them up on Mondays or Tuesdays.
Okay.
So you have to call and request them. Yeah, and then they'll talk to you about that.
So is it certain meals every week? Can you talk a little bit about that? Every week you develop the meals?
So it's 3 meals in a box that feed either 2 or 4 people.
Okay.
So it would be like, for example, like 3 suppers, for example. And they are all 600 calories or less meals per serving. And all of the ingredients are in the box, and then the recipe is in the box. So then you just make the recipe from the ingredients in the box. So it saves you on shopping time
Okay.
and saves you on having to like look up healthy recipes to make. Yeah.
Lisa, you say we, how many people work with you, or, because I know you started it and were alone there, but then now do you have,
We have about 8 right now.
do you?
So yes.
People who are trainers and things
Mhm.
that are working
Yep.
with you?
So myself, I'm the trainer, nutrition coach, and I teach classes. And then I have Molly Larson, who does a lot of our yoga. She's a personal trainer, and she's also a food coach as well. And then we have Tucker, who is a personal trainer. He mainly deals with the heavy weightlifting. He does a lot with like athletes. And then I have my instructors. So they teach group exercise instructing, like Bridget, Sarah, Jessica. Yeah, so there's about 8 of us. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll make 2 things here. So first, it's going to be another plug for why yoga is so awesome. Every year for track season, we try to get 2 or 3 yoga days in. And it always starts out the exact same way, with all the underclassmen boys complaining and talking about how dumb it is. And it always ends with them being just absolutely exhausted by the end and saying, "Oh, I can't wait to do that again." So yoga is amazing, works flexibility, works balance, like you said. All those things help prevent falls and injuries when you get to an accelerated age. And then question, so you're talking a lot about weight loss. Do you do any weight gaining programs for some of our athletes that might be looking to put on some pounds and put on muscle?
Yes, so we do work with athletes. So we work with athletes, and we've also worked with people who are in bodybuilding competitions. So Tucker and myself work with them. So him and I work together because I'm more specialized in weight loss and female weight loss. He's more specialized in athletes and bodybuilding competitions. So him and I work together with those people. So you would food coach and train with Tucker, but then him and I have a weekly meeting about the clients and making sure, just because I have a little bit more knowledge than he does, but yet he is more specialized in that field. So, yep, so he's the man for that.
Well, next time I have an athlete in the way, we'll talk about wanting to gain weight. I'll send them your way.
Yeah. Or if any of you are looking to be in a bodybuilding competition,
Yes.
we can help you out. It's a very strict diet, I will warn you that. Yeah. So yeah, I will just put the flyers and information like up here on the table, so on your way out, if you wanted to grab anything, you can do that. So thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.